My mum sort of sat and cried for like 2 days when she first was diagnosed. For her, it's that fear, real fear of your brain. That it's not something that's like a broken bone that you can get physiotherapy on or heal. When it's affecting your brain, it's so unknown, it's so uncertain. And for her, she's a very independent, living, elderly lady. And so what that looked like in her future was a big fear for her. Like, can she continue to live on her own? And my mum's immediate reaction was like to not research or look into it, because she was so petrified of what that was going to look like for her and how quickly it was going to affect her. And so for me, the visual connection to that was as if the brain is melting. The idea behind it is quite literally like brain freeze. I feel like that's the closest or simplest definition for myself of Parkinson's. And so therefore the visual of the ice cream, the brain being the ice cream and it melting, the sort of the disappointment that there is in that, the uncertainty of where that's going to go, how quickly it's going to affect them. I felt like there was a real sort of synergy between the visual of a melting ice cream and the brain being the melting subject. There was something in that it's like a joyful play on a tragic actual fact. And so visually, I want my work to be sort of judged on 2 levels. One, you can look at it and be like, oh, that's really interesting and nice and cute or whatever, but there's a darker undertone to it, rather than it having a very dark, immediate impact. And hopefully that way it draws people in, so they start to question and ask questions further of what the meaning behind it is. When I was first contacted regarding doing something for this project, obviously Parkinson's and my mum being diagnosed with Parkinson's, it had an immediate connection. I felt like I could lend visual language to a very serious problem, and hopefully make people aware of that, or further aware of the problem of Parkinson's. And I spoke to my mum. I was like, let's, already having gone through the beginnings of Parkinson's with her and what that felt like. And it's this uncertainty, this sort of knowing deterioration, and her mobility has been seriously affected. So that has been the immediate effect on her, is not being able to get around like she used to be able to. Walking, she can't really drive. In fact, she stopped driving because she's so worried about it. So those are immediate effects within my personal experience. I'm an artist, I'm not a scientist, so I'm not out there directly feeling like I'm going to find a cure for these terrible illnesses. But it does allow me to lend a visual language. If it helps one person notice the early signs of Parkinson's in a family member, then it's an achievement, And for me, it's like being able to just touch individuals and maybe just slowly spreading that message out to just raise more awareness, then it's a job done, it's a job well served. All of these things, no matter how big or small, they all help. So raising awareness, raising hard-earned cash. So hopefully people give generously and win a great piece of art at the auction at Christie's for me and my brain and I. It's such a difficult thing to approach, it's a difficult object, a brain, and it's such a difficult subject to approach it and be sensitive at the same time, And I feel like maybe if I wasn't in that situation with my mum, that maybe I wouldn't have been able to approach it in such a way. But I know for her point of view, she likes to be able to laugh at the situation. So for me, that's quite prevalent, is to try and find the sort of funny side in it. There isn't really a funny side in it. It's just to try and make her sort of not think too heavily on the situation.